This video is brought to you by Ravenscraft Realty of Northeast Missouri. I never prefaced this video, so the two tractors that are property of the University of Missouri, or leased from Side Stricker, those are part of my capstone project. My capstone project is to test both of them, specifically the electric tractor, in real-world field conditions, which require bringing them to my farm. And this video is about that test and also whatever else we were going to do this weekend. Enjoy.
Picked up our regular machine this morning. Hopefully the harnesses are all fixed. Got to run it for a day or so before they come get this one. Got to finish up where I'm at. I got about 25 acres left with this machine. Then I will make the big swap the head, receiver, all that good stuff. Cross my fingers that everything on that one works like it's supposed to. This machine actually pretty good. Main problem, no hopper extensions, 12 row head, doesn't hold near enough. Yeah, this isn't good. Always has to be something. Got the new machine back out, the back end of it smoking. Discharge beater bearing went out, discharge beater smoldering. It's a good time. The gas slasher got my bearing replaced last night, and it did not catch on fire and burn down. So back in the loaner machine, set the head off, dump my corn, and try my machine out again. Hopefully we'll make it more than 3 hours before I have to use the fire extinguishers again. Wish me luck.
This isn't a 4020. It's actually not a John Deere at all. It's a Monarch Mark V. It's an all-electric, autonomous, capable tractor. And right now I have it in the bottom, one of our fields, and I am ripping with it. That's cool. Pretty cool. 2.7 miles an hour. That's all the faster it's going to go. So I got the tractor hooked up to a charger, which itself is hooked up to an old bin from the 50s. So we are in fact charging, and I'm not sure if I should just leave it here by itself, or maybe it'll be okay, maybe it won't. Maybe I'll leave it and go eat supper and then come back. I'm pulling my $80 John Deere Kilofer ripper with an $80,000 electric tractor, so that's pretty cool. There she's charging. Hey, Logan, shift over a little bit so you're not running in the furrow. A little further. Perfect. Go down. Hey, push the top button. Oh. Get a rolling shot. We're ripping, going just under 4 miles per hour, which is impressive given a 70 horse tractor and gumbo. And the 3-point likes to cheat itself out of the ground if it gets tough. got the four-wheel drive on and using battery a little bit faster now, but we're also going faster. This is also part of my capstone project. We're comparing the fuel consumption in kilowatts and in gallons of diesel from the electric tractor to this John Deere 4052M. The electric tractor is 1,200 pounds heavier and it handles ripping a lot better. And it's also rated slightly higher engine horsepower. I really don't know what this one's rated at, but it's still ripping, just not quite as fast. You can really tell when this one pulls down when you hit a tough spot of compaction or so on and so forth. So it's interesting to note how warm the point of this ripper gets. I've about got all the old rust and pock marks worn off of it. We ripped like 10.5 acres with a single shank ripper. That's pretty impressive. Here we're driving this fancy electric tractor. It goes up to 10.5 miles an hour, but not any faster. Both of these tractors belong in Columbia, so I think I've got enough daylight left today. I'll just take them on back. I'll salvage most of the day tomorrow, which is Sunday. There I got the kitty cats. Hello. Hello, Donnie. Hello, May. Roof. So a little bit more about this Monarch tractor. Monarch is headquartered in California, and this really was intended to do orchard and vineyard work. So what we were asking it to do today with the ripper was pretty challenging for any tractor, much less an electric one. And nobody has tested that before, so it's entirely new waters. It's very heavy. It pulled the ripper quite well, and the longer we used it, the better it pulled. Ended up pulling around 5 miles an hour. Just a kind of a weird looking machine. It does have a hydraulically adjustable top link, which is nice. And the John Deere was a 4052M. It didn't pull the ripper quite as well, but it's also a hydrostatic transmission, not a gear driven like the Monarch, and not nearly as heavy, actually about 1,200 pounds lighter. I will try to give a more detailed synopsis of my thoughts on each of these later in this video. For now, I gotta get going.
A little Saturday night harvest action. Way down there is the truck. On North River. Still got about 45 acres left in this field. Not gonna finish it up tonight. Save a little bit left for tomorrow. If I got everything all opened up, lined out, ready to go. Got along pretty good here today. Got along pretty good the last couple of days actually. Corn's been standing really good. It's nice and dry. moving through it pretty quick pace. I did have a young rider today, so Ethan, I'm sure you're watching. Thanks for coming out. You were entertaining. I feel more informed after he left than I was when he got here. Got a kid from the neighborhood, know his parents. He likes tractors, so likes the YouTube channel. So always nice to enjoyable to have kids ride every once in a while. My kids are too old for that, so it's nice to have somebody else's kids. Anyway, we're gonna work for another half hour, 4 or 5 minutes, a couple more loads. Shut down a little later tonight and back at it tomorrow.
The lights on this tractor are extremely bright, which is good. I don't know why you'd be working at night with this, but I guess it's an option. I'm down here on the bottom at the site of our test yesterday, and I wanted to show everybody something. Can you tell what of this was done by the electric tractor and what was done by the diesel? You know, I can't either. And that statement is to make a point, which is that it's an alternative fuel source. And within the ag community, there's a lot of resistance sometimes against new ideas. And in this game, if you're not ahead, then you're probably going to be behind. So this is a technology that as soon as there's a 600 horsepower version of this, I will likely have one, because you got to try new things and stay on top of the game, or you're going to lose your edge. And that is almost a third of a mile across there, and that's slow going, 3 foot at a time, or whatever kind of centers these are on. Now, I had to laugh quite a bit at my experiment yesterday, because we were using this $80 John Deere Kilofer Ripper that's from like the 50s behind a brand new $80,000 electric tractor. But this thing did a good job, and this point would get a little warm to the touch after being in the soil for a third of a mile. Electric tractors are cool and all, but there's just nothing in the world quite like a 4320 with a full rack of weights, duals, and a 20-foot disc. And as long as it makes sense, I am going to continue to run stuff like this, because honestly, I just enjoy it. Cutting beans last video. This is going to some sort of hay crop, and one of our guys that owns it, and he's having me do the tillage work, which I'm fine with. It gives me an excuse to play around. But 4320 pulls is just really nice. Sometimes you require a second pass with disking. So here's the job that we did, and man, I like this disc. Looks pretty good for a disc, I guess. Light and fluffy. Over the winter, this will get rained and snowed on and freeze and thaw, and the rest of the clods of grass, like here's a clod of grass roots and everything, that'll fall apart. It'll come in and field cultivated in the spring. Or in the fall, or later on in the fall. 7020 has good heat. And then probably plant it with some sort of cow chow. I don't know anything about cows, but I like old tractors. It's also a fantastic day to go mow some field edges with the very, very nice 8230 and the questionable-ish 20-foot mower. Just a nice day. This tractor reminds me of the like 4320 because of the way the hood is shaped and looking down the hood, and also the way it sounds. This one has a straight pipe, and it sounds really good. I'm in the waterway back here on the second to last farm of beans. Not the second to last farm of beans that I have to do, but the second to last that we cut.
I have a lot more mowing to do, and disking today did not help my case. On this farm, there used to be an old farmstead here and kind of further up the hill. All that's left of it is the spring house, which we're going to take a look at. Only slightly sketchy, but there's water flowing out of here all year. Never even stopped, not even in 2012. I really like the way that the sunlight casts this golden color at this time of the day. I guess it's not the time, more like the positioning of the sun. But regardless, I like it. That's enough for today, seeing as it is Sunday. Did I get it? Yep. It is Sunday, so time to go back to Columbia. I think I smoked the PTO clutch. The slip clutch, that is. I did not smoke the clutch itself. And so the sun sets on another fine weekend. It's Monday. I'm doing some work for the university, and I noticed something that fell off on this tractor. This thing has 16 and a half hours on it, and parts of the interior are already falling apart. Really, Case IH? I've been accused of being a hater in the past, which is not true, because haters don't justify their dislike for something with reasons. I can justify my dislike for things with reasons, such as that. The interiors of Case IH equipment have always been behind, and they probably always will be. It was, like I said, 16 and a half hours, and stickers are already falling off. Last year, the university rented a 340 Magnum, and the upholstery on the buddy seat was coming off at 50 hours. See, if there's any Case IH engineers watching, tell your quality control people to do a little bit better job, and then maybe I would not be so anti-Case IH. I'm not anti-Case by any means. I own a Case IH disc. I love our Case IH ripper, but there's things that's like, really, guys, like what is this? But I absolutely love this Maxim 150. It is everything that a 150 horse tractor should be. Oh, another thing, on the steering wheel, there's one of the flashings from the mold still on the steering wheel. Like, it's little stuff like that. Okay, I promised a more detailed synopsis of my thoughts on this electric tractor deal. And so, as a tractor, it's fine. It does everything that a 70-horse tractor is supposed to do, except, well, compared to the John Deere, they both ran for about 4 hours on an equivalent-ish amount of fuel. As far as like a percentage of a tank or a battery or whatever. I have yet to actually do the math and find out which was more efficient yet. But the electric tractor, it's cool, and that's the way that the government and some people want to go. However, I don't know if there's enough electricity and support in our grid to do that. Like, if everybody had a Tesla and everyone was plugging them in all night, every night, I'm not sure that our power system could handle that. Because electricity is awesome, because you can make electricity out of all different kinds of stuff. Wind, solar, nuclear, generators, whatever. You can only make gas and diesel out of a couple things. The chief among them is dead dinosaurs, which there's not any more of, so it's a finite resource. Theoretically, we could make like all of the electricity we wanted. But until they can figure out how to make that tractor like 600 horsepower and make it run, all day long and then charge in 20 minutes is what it amounts to, because that's how long it takes us to put fuel in a tractor. So they can do that. The whole electric tractor thing is kind of at a standstill. The main point of my group's project was to prove that it could in fact
do all of the normal tasks that a diesel power tractor could do. And in fact, it did them better than the diesel power tractor that we tested the tractor against. If you want more information on this whole Monarch thing, Monarch is the company that produced that tractor. Supposedly there's about 200 of them in the United States right now, and that one of them was the one that we had at my place over the weekend. I'll put a link to Monarch's website, and I talked to a guy from Monarch at an autonomy training, because that tractor does have autonomous capabilities. However, it was not turned on because they didn't want to release the software yet or something. But I talked to one of the Monarch people, and I told him what I was doing with my project. I was the only undergrad student that showed up to the training. But I told him, like, hey, we're going to hook this thing to a single shank ripper and go down to some heavier dirt and see what it'll do. And his eyes got a little wide. It's like, oh, we never tested it like that. So he wanted me to email him my thoughts and results, as well as the raw data and a copy of my group's project. I'm going to really enjoy writing the technical, like the review portion of this, because it was just different than running a diesel tractor. But at the same time, it's a tractor. There's only so many ways you can skin that cat. But the electric component of it made it feel like you were driving an impact wrench. Or I don't really have an accurate metaphor, because it's completely different than most anything else. So right now, I'm heading back to my apartment. I'm going to try and get this video edited and uploaded tonight so that it can be available to you all. That doesn't sound good. Cool. Okay, update. Tire blew. The tread got really thin, and it just... So, in a matter of 15 minutes, I got the spare out, changed it, and now I'm heading back to my humble apartment. All right, that's it for this one, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.